Ask yourself, what constitutes a family? Sociologists find that the social definition of family is evolving. Recall the video with Dr. Powell from your reading folder. In this video, Dr. Powell finds that the modern definition of family is changing. It is becoming more inclusive, acknowledging a diversity of family forms. Consider the chart displaying the percentage of survey respondents that believe different living arrangements count as a family from your reading folder. From the chart and video, we can see that marriage and children are important to definitions of family for most Americans. Romantic relationships appear to be important, but not necessary. Housemates do not count, but single-parent households are considered families by more than 9 out of 10 Americans. Romantic relationships between same-sex couples are less likely to be considered families, but are increasingly counted as families over time. Also, many Americans believe that it is up to an individual to define what constitutes their own family. The U.S. Census defines a family as 2 or more people living together who are related by birth, marriage, or adoption. In this definition, we see parent-child relationships and married couples. It is limited and less inclusive than the definitions provided by many Americans in the research described above. Sociologists tend to prefer the following definition of family because it better reflects the way Americans describe and identify their family. Relationships by blood, marriage, or affection, in which members may cooperate economically, may care for any children, and may consider their identity to be intimately connected to the larger social group. There is not one single family form. Family form refers to the organization of a family in terms of members and co-residents. Families can be dual parent or single parent. They can involve marriage or cohabitation. They can be complex combinations of these forms or others, such as step families, foster families, or adoptive families. Social conservatives express concern about the recent changes in families. They make the claim that the changing family form is a social problem. They point to increases in divorce rates and cohabitation as undermining the practice of marriage. This has led to an increase in the percentage of children born to unmarried parents and single-parent households. This is considered to be a social problem because research suggests that children in families with married parents tend to fare better economically in the long term. However, before we can make conclusions, we need to take economic context and causality into account. As we learned in the previous module, children from poor families face less opportunity for economic success. Children in poor families are also less likely to have married parents. Therefore, it is possible that the relationship between having married parents and being successful is spurious, in that the appearance of a relationship is actually due to another underlying factor. Though these two phenomena, having married parents and being successful, are correlated, they might not be causally related. It could in fact be poverty that causes both independently. Just because ice cream sales and crime both go up in the summer doesn't mean one causes the other. Instead, they could both be caused by a third variable, temperature.